Hey, what is up, Pokemon fans and lovers? How are y'all doing? Just wanted to jump back on the live and say what up to all my friends out there. Say what up to all the Pokemon lovers, all the Pokemon community, all the art lovers. And I don't know if you watched the last live video, but apparently the first 2 minutes were muted. So want to give some more update as what you guys might have missed out in those first 2 minutes. So, biggest announcement. As soon as we get to 500 subs, we will be giving out the following. Full Art Wug Trio. Yeah, this bad boy is going to go to one of you lucky viewers just for following and subscribing and saying what up. So if you're on the live stream, once we get to 500, not only will you get the Full Art Wug Trio, you'll also get this custom Full Art Ekans included with the shiny Diglett. And the egg, the shiny marks, and the Pokeball glow in the dark. Like, actually glow in the dark, chat. They're not just blacklight reactive, they'll glow in the dark. So that's going to be really cool. And also, you'll get a sticker pack. So, yeah. Also, if you haven't noticed, we're doing a bunch of live Pokemon art lately on the channel. And putting up new shorts, new videos. I'm actually in the process of recording longer videos so you guys can watch the full-length process videos. I know a lot of people have been asking about those. And yeah, we got a Dragonite coming up right now. And if you guys are familiar with the YouTube videos, we got Peach's Jigglypuff. That one's going to be really cool. We got a Psyduck about to explode. We got Cubone missing his mom, picking some flowers, you know. And then we also got Coffee Gengar. And this one's going to be a banger. This one's going to be so sick once it's done. I'm stoked on this one. And if you guys have also been watching the same where the Peach's Jigglypuff comes out, we also have the Hillary Gengar. I love her. She's super cute. Always awkward and fun. And then we also have a finished Hillary Gengar as well. Let me get that bad boy so you guys can check her out. She is stunning, if I might say so myself. And that is a complete Hillary Gengar. And she's going to be available at the Los Angeles Card Fest in the Courtyard. The Courtyard Marriott in... I'm trying to remember what city exactly. But I will tag it in the chat so you guys can see. Then we also got this super cute Mew. Had a couple people hit me up about this one. And if you guys are curious or want any of these artworks, they're all going to be $50 plus shipping and handling. Feel free to message directly to Instagram, Discord, Twitch, TikTok, and it is all the same name as Making Art in the Dark. So Making Art in the Dark is the same for TikTok, Instagram, Twitch, all that good stuff. So if anyone's interested in getting some of that, we got you. I'll attach the name again at the bottom so that way you guys can look it up. How's everyone doing today? How's everyone kicking it with the Pokemon? You guys playing any cool games? Right now, I just actually hopped on Sun and Moon. I haven't played those yet at all, but they're pretty sick. I haven't gotten to the first gym badge yet. I chose... who did I choose for my starter? I just started it, and I should know who my starter is. Rowlet. I chose Rowlet, and he's such a banger just because... he knows so many good moves. He knows a lot of like fighting moves and rock type moves for a bird, which is really cool. Especially when it comes to Decidueye. Decidueye is a complete banger. But yeah, we got this Dragonite coming up. We're gonna be completing him, adding some highlights, outlining him, making him look nice and spiffy. So that way he'll be available for purchase. And he'll be the same price as all the other ones, you know? $50 plus the shipping and handling. And I'm going to go ahead and get the link for my Instagram so you guys can go ahead and DM me directly. If you guys have any questions and want to get any artwork. So let me go ahead and put that in for y'all. Thank you, Roblox. I appreciate that. I try really hard to make cool and appealing to everyone out there, you know? And so there's the link right there at the bottom. If you guys want to check out the Instagram, send a direct message. Curious about pricing. I post there the most, but I'm going to be making my transfer over to YouTube more frequently because YouTube just has the way better Pokemon family, in my opinion. Instagram's cool. Instagram's really cool. It's where I started, but yeah, definitely need more people. Definitely need more people. I got a good following on Instagram. YouTube, I'm barely starting up on YouTube. But, you know, like they say, you gotta just produce and finish some videos in order to have videos so that way people can watch them. So that's what I'm trying to do. Get some content out there so you guys can check it out. See all the artwork getting done. See the process videos. And I like going live so that way I could have some one-on-one talking with all the people out there and nerd out over some of my favorite Pokemon, some of your favorite Pokemon, what kind of Pokemon you want to see painted on the channel, you know? Nice. What do you draw? What medium do you use? I like using acrylic. I like using spray paint. I like using paint pens. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you. I appreciate it, bruh. I am finishing up this Dragonite, so he'll be ready for the LA Card Fest. And then if you guys are have seen me at any of these events, you know that I am notoriously known for having the dollar raffle that always comes with some booster packs, the art piece that I'm working on live, and a bunch of other goodies. Spray paint and colored markers, yeah, same. I don't use too many markers anymore. When I grew up, I was always using like Posca and stuff. But now that ever since I taught myself how to use acrylic, I honestly never use Posca. I mean, not Posca. What are the felt ones called that I used to use them in my black book all the time growing up? Prismacolor. I have a whole box of Prismacolor that I never use anymore. Just mainly because I don't draw on paper as much as I used to. My favorite thing to draw on or paint on is wood. I love painting on wood. If I had to pick, yeah. Well, you know what? That's kind of a lie. I really love to paint with watercolor. Watercolor is the bee's knees for me. It's just, I just don't like having to get frames for the watercolors, for the watercolor pieces, you know what I mean? But watercolor is definitely a fun one. I feel like I'm good at watercolor sometimes. And yeah, but spray paint is definitely one of my first loves. No, I haven't, but I'm looking to. I'm looking to do more. I'm going to revamp my whole page and do everything more Pokemon. Yeah, Posca, for like, if you're going to use Posca like for a book session, it's really difficult. It will rip the pages, rip the paper and all that. But if you're using it like on wood, it works pretty good. Or like a canvas with paint already on it, that works pretty good. But if you're using Posca like on paper, it's terrible. So I remember growing up, I used to not like Posca and be like, oh man, this is hard to use. It always rips my pages and all that stuff. And it was just because I was using it on paper. I had to end up not using it. I had to just use it like for paintings, like actual painting stuff. Like on rough surfaces, canvas, wood, all that stuff. And Posca worked really good. I've used a bunch of different paint brands, and Posca, other than Posca and Montana, Posca is definitely my favorite. Thank you, Rubber. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm gonna be here painting, doing Pokemon pulls, all that good stuff till the heart drops. So if you're around or not, you will definitely see me, you know? I will be here. What's everyone else doing today? Ooh, thank you. Nitin Thul, thank you for subscribing to the channel. I appreciate that. That really helps out a lot. You know, that gets me going, motivated to produce more artwork and just, you know, kick it with you guys. Talk about Pokemon, you know, nerd out, in my opinion. I love doing that. and talk about what your favorite art supplies are, and again, what kind of Pokemon you want to see painted. Not going to be on live too long because I'm going to do a process video, but maybe about an hour of streaming. So if you guys have any questions, anything at all, let me know and I'll be more than happy to answer them. But yeah, let's lay down some line work on this Dragonite and make him stand out, because he is looking a little smudgy, you know? And I found this really cool piano group. What would be the hardest Pokemon to paint? Oh man, probably something with like that's super intricate design. Like, I don't know. I was thinking like Cosmog would be like, oh man, that guy's gonna be so hard to paint. But like in all honesty, to get his Galaxy thing, I could just use like spray paint and mist all those like blues and purples. So I guess something that has gnarly Eternatus. Yeah, that would be super tough. That's a good one to put into perspective. Eternatus would be very difficult because he has like a glowing skeleton. And so like I think just drawing him in any sense is very intricate, you know? Yeah, Eternatus would be crazy tough. We're gonna need a thicker marker for the outline because I want my Dragonite to look like a big man, you know what I mean? So we're gonna get my big man Dragonite up on this. Come through with a nice solid black outline. There we go. Little watery right now, but all good. All to the good. You know, like Bob Ross would say, nothing but a little happy mistake. I don't think he said it in those exact words, but you know what I mean. Nice. Nice. And the cool thing about this too is like once I'm done going back and forth between the black and like fixing it, making certain stuff straight, I'm gonna go back and add the highlights. I'm gonna do like some light yellows on him, and he's gonna really look like an anime sticker. He's gonna look real nice. Move some of those markers out of the way. But yeah, if you want to see Eternatus painted, let me know, you know? Drop some hearts on the chat, and we'll get some Eternatus artwork out for y'all. What Pokemon do you not want to see painted? That's what I want to hear. Which Pokemon do you think is going to be just lame and look not cool? I'll take up that challenge real quick, chat. Who wants to see a Pokemon they think could not look cool, even if I painted it? Like, who thinks I could just not, you know, revamp this specific Pokemon? Now that'll be a good challenge. Me and my son always make fun of Purugly. So we heard someone else say it once on YouTube, and someone was just talking about how Purugly was a terrible Pokemon, and they just went in on Purugly, and we thought it was so funny. And so like we would tell each other like, oh man, and my son, we call him Peanut. We're like, oh man, Peanut's favorite Pokemon is Purugly, and he would get so frustrated. No, it's not. It's not Purugly. And so for Christmas, I gave him a Purugly card and like one of the hard sleeves, and he was just like, what in the world? And that was so I might even just do him a nice Purugly cutout and give it to him for Christmas. That'll be a good one. I'm gonna post a little reaction on YouTube, you know what I mean? Nice. It's shaping up, looking like your average anime character, somewhat. Nice bold outlines. I'm gonna have to draw this dude a little bit. Give him some heat. Alright. Sorry about the nose. That was horrendous. So my apologies, guys. see, where are his wings? There they are right there, obviously. So it goes down to his arm. What if I should just outline the whole thing with the chubby marker? Alright, let's get his little arm going. Ooh-wee. I don't know if any of you guys draw out there, but whew, sometimes getting some line work in is, you gotta hold your breath. An original canvas featuring all 151. Oh, that is definitely a challenge right there. That will be a good one. Yeah, I would love to have that under my belt for sure. Getting to draw all 151. Well, obviously not all anymore, but I'm sure you know what I mean. Yeah, getting 151 on one canvas, it would be a doozy. But I bet I can do it. But I mean, is that a challenge? Are we being challenged here, chat? Because I love me a good challenge. So should I do it all in acrylic? Should I do it all in a specific medium? What do you think? I want to hear these. I want to hear these suggestions now. Now I'm intrigued. Let's see, we gotta find Dragonite's giant thigh. There he goes. Apparently, Dragonite doesn't skip leg day. He's just a machine. Alright, outline his little Merce. Which I think is kind of cool. I just gave Dragonite a big old Merce. Pretty baller, right? I mean, I think it's kind of baller. I mean, I know it's his delivery bag, but gotta clown him at some point. Let's see. Yeah, Dragonite's baller. Look at this. He's got like these gold coins on his bag. Somebody's been paying Dragonite really well. Boom, his little ribs. So that way you can see his little panza. And for those of you that don't know, a panza is his belly. Oh my goodness. I'm telling you, some of these lines are just ridiculous. Especially because I don't want to like put my hand down on anything that I already drew, so gotta cautiously go back and reheat. Excuse the noise. Alright, luckily these paint pens dry real quick. Got some cups, pick them up. We're back. We are back on it. Oh, okay. There's another one. There's another one you don't want to get caught doing. There's little stinky toes. There you go. Dragonite's got some gnarly looking feet. I don't think I've ever really looked at his feet that way before. Alright, we are getting closer and closer to him looking like a real Pokemon and not just a big orange blob. Yeah, there we go. Starting to shape up a little. Little by little, we are getting there, chat. Little by little. I'm going to have to stand this painting up so we don't get in our own way. We'll make some of that. I might just leave that like that. We're gonna outline his little mail. He's gonna deliver. You think Dragonite's scalping the cards in here? You think he's just coming up and being like, oh man, there's a PSA Dragonite, here's mine. I wouldn't doubt it, you know? Sees a lot of stuff. Definitely delivering some high class mail. Like every piece of mail has a gold coin on it. Who's baller enough to use the Dragonite service and then get delivered this baller piece of mail? Someone's living in luxury. I'll tell you that. Let's see. This has to go inwards a little. Yep. There we go. Let's get a good look at it right now. Let's take a break. Check it out so far. So he's shaping up. We're getting there. We're getting there, chat. Alright, let's continue working on him, dropping some more lines. This Dragonite is gonna look pretty tight once we're done. Especially once we add all the highlights. Once we add all the highlights, that's when it's like my favorite time. My favorite part, pretty much. Be able to just make him look like a straight, cool, pseudo-legendary that he is. Which I think Dragonite should straight up be a legendary, but you know how the Pokemon community is. Everybody is entitled to their own beautiful opinion. Boom! Probably need some more lines on your tummy. I think a couple of those go across. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna cross some of those lines. We're gonna cross some boundaries, chat. Across his tummy. Ooh, there we go. And I think this one. There we go. There we go. What do you know about his little tummy like that? Dragonite's looking good. There we go. Let's add some more heat real quick. Excuse-moi. And if some of you guys are wondering why I'm using the hairdryer, so I use the hairdryer to dry up the process because I am impatient. So I want my artwork to be done right away. And so that way, sake of viewing, and I use the hairdryer to just speed up the process because I do not want to wait and watch my paint dry, and nobody wants to watch paint dry. I'm thinking. Unless I just started a new channel watching paint dry and it was a hit, then I would be wrong. I would be 100% wrong. Let's see, let's draw his little purse. His baller mailbag. Let's get that line in. Almost through, get to his shoulder, bam. Run the next one up. We'll run it up. Tyler the Creator. You know. Alright, we got his little arm bag ready. His arm is there. Alright, now we're going to outline his little tail. My iPad over. There we go. Getting it in, getting it in. Let's use the bigger marker for that part. Just so I don't have to go back and
make the line bolder.
Nice.
Yep, because then I can just go back with the smaller marker and catch all the details. Which I believe I'm going to have to do that anyways, just to get his little scales on his tail properly done. But you can come back this way and swing the arch on his wing. There we go. Pull that line back. There we go, there we go. Alright, and it's okay if we get a little extra lines or bumpiness because I'm going to go back and thicken it anyways at the end and give it a nice illustrative thickness to it. And fix anything that I might have messed up. So what we're going to do, now that I'm going to be using my noodle, I'm going to mute this real quick so I can hit this with air. Alright, cool. So that way you guys don't have to hear that gnarly vacuum sound on your end. So I apologize if it sounded crazy to begin with. There we go. We are going through like that. Bam. Alright, let's see. Come through on his little wing. There we go. That was... Sometimes the paint lays a little thick on the canvas, so it creates like little bumps. And you probably can't see it with the camera, but when I try to run the marker over, it'll do like a stuttering type of thing. And that can totally mess you up if you're not steady enough. Which, we don't want none of that. Alright, let me get this line in. So excuse me for my silence, you guys. Oh, that one was a good one. That one came out really nice. There we go, there we go. I'm liking that. Alright, now we gotta do the little line on his tail. Yeah, so like right there, a lot of the paint dried kind of chunky. So when I'm drawing the line for that on his tail, it kind of wobbles a little bit, which can be quite annoying, but if you go steady enough, you can get it done. You might have to go back and clean up some line work, which isn't a problem, because that's what we're going to do anyways, so that way it looks beautiful for whoever wants to purchase it. And I have no doubt in my mind that somebody will want to buy it at the Card Fest. We're trying to make all the Pokemon that everyone asked for there. Let's see. There we go, these bigger portions of his tail. Nice. See? Boom. Now that I laid in all those, I guess technically the fine lines. Oh, wow. Then I could go back with the big marker and thicken up the outline. But either way, I'm going to come back and thicken it up a second time because I like a nice thick outline on my artwork. I still gotta come back and drop his, I guess you could call them his veins on his wing. So let's see. There we go, and he's got another one. We'll put it right here. There we go. Yeah, and some of the lines you can see that aren't as thick as the others. So if you're doing any of this at home and you're trying to do an art piece and you want to make your art piece thicker, just go back and use your broad marker. And if you don't have a broad marker, you can just go back twice with your fine point marker. But let's see. There we go. And as you can tell, the different browns separate the highlights from the shadows. And so I'm going to hit it again with some more heat. So I'm going to mute this real quick so you guys don't have to hear that. All right, cool. So this bag has like some stitching and stuff on it. So I'm going to go ahead and do the line work for that. And he's got some over there. Boom, boom, boom. And I'm just using my hand real light because if you push down harder, even with this little marker, even though technically it's all one size, sometimes when you push down a little harder, the size of the little dot can get bigger, and you don't want that. You don't want, for me personally, I want all my lines to be the same size. And so I'll go back and fix everything like 1,000 times just to make my lines all the same size all around. All right, let's see where we're at. So we are, I think we're about at the point where we can start adding highlights, which is one of my favorite parts. So for the highlights, since he already is an orange color, we're going to use a light orange color on top. And then we're going to throw a second highlight on top of that on the white to really make it pop. And that's going to be super cool. And we got Charizard over here cheering him on, so we know it's going to come out really nice. Okay, let me shake this marker up a little bit because it is super watery. And we don't want it to be watery on us. We want it to come out smooth. Because sometimes when you have a watery marker and you accidentally press down, you'll just get a big puddle of paint on it, and that's terrible. I've had tons and tons of art pieces ruined by not double checking if the nib on your marker was loaded with a bunch of paint. So sometimes it was going to drip right. So this is the very tip, but right here where the plastic part is, right underneath it, it'll get like filled with paint. And so, I don't know if you can see it. Well, this one doesn't have any right now, but usually it has like a pool of paint right there. And when it's there and you try to paint over stuff, it will drip everywhere and just mess it up and can really bum you out, you know what I mean? So I need to find my thin markers. I got a white one. I think that's all I needed. I just needed a thin white one. Yeah, be sure to shake your markers up really well if you're using acrylic paint pens, which is what I use. I use nothing but acrylic paint pens and acrylic paint. And I'm actually sponsored by Alpha Acrylic. And these guys are awesome. I just got a shipment of the paint in. And that's what I did all the orange with for the Dragonite. And it's super opaque. If you know anything about orange and yellow, you always got to lay down some white first. So that way, when you lay down the yellow-orange, it actually looks yellow-orange. I remember being really young, I want to say maybe like high school, and trying to do a painting of Bart Simpson. And what's funny about it is I put like, I want to say like a whole tube, like a big tube. I'll show you how big. Like a big tube of paint like this. I used like a whole yellow tube just to make him look like a solid yellow. And he just wasn't looking yellow, and I was so frustrated. And my older brother, he's an amazing artist. he comes by and he goes, "Oh, you got to lay down white first." And I was so frustrated because I didn't want to have to lay down white after I used a whole tube of yellow. And sure enough, he was right. He was right on the money. And as soon as I laid down the white, the yellow looked like a solid yellow. And I was like, okay, well, I guess Big Brother knows best, right? And yeah, so that was a cool thing. And if you guys interested in checking out my brother's work, he is Danny Meza, Danny Meza Art on Instagram. I believe it's also Danny Meza Art on YouTube. I would have to double check that, to be completely honest. And let's see. This kind of looks like a... Let's see if we can flip that. And also, pro tip, if you guys have a marker and it's all mashed up, you can actually flip it. I shall show you. So this tip right here is all messed up, and it's going to write very broad, you know. But if I wanted to be more fine, just grab it right here. Posca has this cool, it's the same tip on both sides. And now it's almost like a brand new tip. It's gonna come out super fine and work really good. I'm sure a lot of you already know that, but if you didn't, now you know. Now you know how to make your old Posca marker new. What you don't want to do is use your marker till it's completely demolished and try to flip it. And I have a great example. Let me find that marker real quick. I believe it's a brown one or a tan one, but the marker is destroyed and I can't flip that over to use the other side. That'd be super helpful, but yeah, no, I can't do that because I destroyed my marker. And so right here, as I'm dabbing in the corner, it's just letting out too much paint, and I don't want that to be, again, I don't want that to be an issue for us while we're doing this awesome Dragonite and putting his highlights in, you know. There we go. Yes. Yeah, again, highlights on a Pokemon or on any painting, honestly, is the bee's knees for me. I love doing the highlights on any piece because then you get to see it just pop. Like, oh my goodness. What is up, Dragonite? What are you doing, bro? You're just kicking it? Yeah, Dragonite's, you know, he's just kicking it. About to deliver some mail, you know. He's feeling cute. Might use Dragon Rage later. Something like that, you know what I mean? Yes, bud. Yes, this guy is looking pretty badass. Excuse my language, but wow. Yeah, look at that. Look how shiny he looks. Oh, man. Sometimes I crank these pieces out, guys, and I'm like, I don't want to sell it, but I also want them to go to Pokemon lovers like you guys who are really going to just appreciate the Pokemon, appreciate the art, understand the hard work that goes into it. I mean, you guys are here with me right now, and for those that are watching this video later, you guys are still here with me, so I appreciate that. There we go. Nice. I am stoked on the way he's coming out right now. I am beyond stoked. He is looking really good. I'm gonna have to go back with some white. Fix his little... I don't like how this isn't a perfect square. And it's okay, because it just made my black line a little thinner right there. So I'm going to have to go back with my black and fix that. And I got my beige. So get all those. Oh, you know what I just noticed? Dragonite's belly is unproportionate on a certain part. So we're going to go back and fix that line and make it the same width so it doesn't look ridiculous. And I'm not the best artist out there, you know, I'm just trying my best to paint some cool Pokemon out there with you guys. And if you guys like it, I appreciate it. And if you don't like it, that's cool too. Thank you for watching. I'm glad you guys came to check it out, regardless of what you think about it. But even more so if you like it. Let's see. This should be a softer beige. If it doesn't work, then I'll just have to slap on some white. Looks like it's working. It looks brighter than the initial color. Can you guys see that? Can you see a highlight difference on his little belly? There we go, there we go. Nice. I'm actually digging the way it looks on the side. Yeah, now that I see it on the screen, on your guys' screen, it's definitely standing out. So, but I am going to do a second highlight on top of it, so that way it stands out even more. So what we're going to do over here is we're going to go bam. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, Dragonite's looking like a pimp. There we go. Look at that. Look at that, chat. Look at that. Oh, nice. Out in Torrance? That's right. That's right. I'm out in Los Angeles, California. I'm going to have this... This guy's going to be available to look at and all the other cool things you want to do with him at the LA Card Fest if you're going to be out that way. So that's going to be super fun. I'm super excited to that. And this Sunday, actually, I'm going to be with my good friend, the Fluffy Marshmallow. And we're going to be vending at the OC TCG card show. And that's going to be super tight. Now I'm just going to thicken him up a second time with the second outline. And he'll be ready to blast off. I think we'll give him a white outer shell, which is the second outline aside from the black one. And then we will see what he's looking like after that. I think I'm going to give him a purple background similar to the Jiggly. No, where is it? Similar to the Mew that we did earlier. So the Mew's going to have a back, like he's on top of the actual pink background. Yeah, windy. Oh yeah, it's super windy over here too, out in downtown LA. It's cold as heck outside right now. And I gotta go to Santa Monica, and it's colder over there. It's a lot colder over there. I was working over there last night, and holy moly, it was freezing. And I grew up next to the beach, so it's been a while because, like, I live in LA, but I don't live right next to the beach like I used to. And where I grew up by the beach, you just kind of forget, you forget how cold it can be because you live there all the time. So now when I go to like beach towns, I'm like, holy moly, you guys live here? So there we go. Getting nice and chunked out on one side. There we go, laying in these lines. Definitely requires a good amount of concentration, chat, as I'm sure you know. For all my fellow artists watching, Pokemon lovers watching, I guess it's like the same tension as opening up a new ETB, Oh man, I would love to metal detect. I've probably only ever done that once in my life, and maybe for like 30 minutes, and I was like 10, so it didn't interest me at all. I didn't have the patience for it. But like I just like walking on the beach too, so even if there's like no outcome like winning anything or finding anything, just combing the beach is fun. Yeah, I could imagine you were soaked. It was super cold yesterday at Santa Monica, so you were like neighboring right by me. see if we can thicken this bad boy up in one shot. There we go. One shot. Sometimes it can be a bee. A beehive. Let's see. Bam. Getting his antennas. I mean, those are antennas, right? Like, I don't see what else they would be. Dragonite has bug antennas. He is a bug type. I know he's not, chat. I know he's not. Don't grill me in the comments later. Oh, Dragonite. Ooh, Arceus Lunchbox. Damn, that sounds tight. I'm like definitely that nerdy dad where like I'm rocking all that stuff. I look like a billboard when I'm out with my family. I'm on the bus. I'm on the train with like paint-stained Arceus and Gengar shirts. And people are just like, who is this guy? Looking at me like I'm a little homeless lady. But I'm really just like a gnarly Pokemon lover that loves the paint and just soaked in paint all the time. But you know how it is. You know how it is out here. You live here. You know. You never know who you're going to run into nowadays in LA. Santa Monica, Venice, DTLA, NoHo, all those good stuff. The IE. Yeah, the OC TCG card show this Sunday. LA Card Fest next Sunday. Yeah, we're gonna be painting live. I think I'm probably just gonna, I have a big canvas that I was saving for the LA Card Fest, but I might just end up doing one of these bad boys live and raffling it off there. So if you pull up, it's a $1 raffle, and I'm gonna be giving out one of these Pokemon pieces, one of the full arts that I have also, which if you haven't noticed, this baby right here. It's a custom full art Ekans I painted with the shiny Diglett. What? And so it's going to be one of these pieces, one of the cards I painted, some booster packs. The homie Fluffy Marshmallow is probably going to throw something in there. He always does. Last time he threw in a graded 10 card. And if you want to see, you're going to have to tune in live or just be there and pull up on us and be like, what it do? Because, you know, what we do it for all the Pokemon love and community. No, it's a card fest. I think I might have said that too fast. It's a LA Card Fest, or Card Fest LA. And it's going to be cracking. But this Sunday is the OC TCG card show. And that's going to be cracking also. Cracking. So I'm stoked to jump into the Pokemon community again. I've always, most of my knowledge comes from the games. So I know more about the games than I do the cards. And my oldest son, we grew up playing Pokemon together, obviously, but I grew up playing it before him. And he got into the cards. He got into collecting the cards. And I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. And I would tell him, you know, I used to collect these when I was little. And he just started showing me, like, when I was little, there was no such thing as a full art. There was no such thing as a SIR, SAR, like, there was none of that. So I just had to recently learn that within the last year, like what all that was. And I was like, what in the world? Because it surprised the heck out of me. I had seen these full art cards. I'm like, whoa, like, are you seeing this? Like, I didn't know who to talk to about it. It was such a culture shock. My son had like way cooler cards than I've ever grew up seeing. I was like, oh my, wow, you know? And now I'm like learning a little bit more. Like I have a little full art collection. Nothing crazy though. Like I'm not really, I'm not into the hype for the cards for value. I love all the cards because of the illustrations, because I'm an artist, and that's mainly what's always interested me about the cards is the, just like how some of these illustrators out there are just doing some sick Pokemon art with like cool backgrounds. So like when I was little and I would see these cards, I would be like, wow, man, I wonder what it looks like around them, like where they really are. And so, like, with the introduction of full arts, that really answered all those questions I had as a child about what the Pokemon were doing in the background and, you know, what it looked like. And so full arts are sick. And then once I seen people drawing on Pokemon cards, I was amazed. it was at a loss of words. And at first I was kind of shy. No, I was beyond shy at first. I was kind of intimidated because I love Pokemon, and I didn't want to drop any bad artwork and like shame my favorite, thing, which is Pokemon, with my artwork. And this last year I was like, you know what? I'm getting pretty decent. I need to start doing some Pokemon artwork because I go to all these events and vend, and I need to just vend some Pokemon art, and like I feel like people really appreciate that. And so far I've been, getting some great feedback from a lot of people in the community telling me that they love it and they want to see more of it. And so I've been doing wood cutouts, and this one right here I think you would really appreciate, and it's one of my favorites. I'm going to pull that out of the packaging so you can check it out. I just did a video of it on my Instagram, which I tagged in the chat. I'll repost it again. I'm actually going to post it on here too, so if you stay tuned, you'll see it. But this right here, I just did this one. This one's awesome. I love it. And so I like cutting them out a lot. I have my saw, and I like to just cut out the Pokemon and bring them to life, so that way when they're sitting on your shelf, it's not just in a square. Or if it's sitting in your desk, it's not just a square. It's a real cutout Pokemon. Holy moly detecting. That's good. Awesome, Dad. Believe it or not, my younger brother got me into Pokemon. He was in elementary and I was in middle school. I'm 41 now. Yeah, see, that Pokemon, that love for Pokemon is so awesome. Like, the first time I ever heard about Pokemon, I must have been like 8 or 9 or 10, something like that. I had to be like somewhere around that age. And because I remember my mom worked for this company. It was like a flowering company. And they sent all the employees' kids to this thing called Aqua Camp. And on the last day of Aqua Camp, I remember all these kids were like, maybe like the last week actually. All these kids were like running around and like looking at each other's hands, and I was like, what are they doing, dude? And these kids were in the locker room and they had Pokemon cards. The show hadn't come out yet, it was just the cards. I was like, whoa, what are those? And he was like, oh, do you want some? And the first card I ever had was the Squirtle, where he's standing on top of the mountain like this, and with all the bubbles around him. And that and Onyx. And I remember they were like, yeah, well, these are cheap cards, you could have them. And I was like, what? No way. And then the Game Boy came out with the game. The Game Boy was already out, but the games came out, red and blue in the US. And I remember at Costco at the time, they had a deal where if you bought the Game Boy, it came with a strategy guidebook and a version. And so like all in like a big plastic packaging, all in one. So like a 3-for-1. And I think it was like $80, $90. My aunt, my tia Emma, she bought that for me. And mind you, I was like 8 or something. So my reading wasn't the best at that time. I remember because I remember reading Aurora Beam and being like, how in the world do you pronounce that? Like, what is Aurora Beam? Like, I just didn't get it because I was a child. And I remember there was like certain parts I was stuck at, and my cousin was like, aren't you reading the book? I was like, no, I'm not. Why would I read that book? And he's like, it tells you how to play. I was like, oh, wow, boing. And from then on, I was just stuck. Like I'm the oldest of 2 younger sisters. Yeah, 2. And so they're like 6 to 8 years younger than me. And so they weren't like reading when I was learning to read Pokemon, and they weren't into Game Boy. They were into Barbies or Bratz dolls or whatever. And so I spent a lot of time playing Pokemon by myself. And that just like really boosted the love for me like crazy. And I'm sure for a lot of you guys out there too, like Pokemon opened my eyes, gave me friendship within myself, meeting other kids at school, hearing the rumors about Mew under the truck, someone being like, my cousin did it, it's true. And you just blindly believe them because there was no YouTube back then when that rumor came out. Nowadays you can just Google it, or ChatGPT will just be like, are you kidding me? But yeah, that all blew my mind. And then especially with the Gold and Silver coming out and seeing that it could do night to dark, as a kid, you're just like, what? Like, it's like when a new game comes out on PS5 and you're just like, oh my God, that is crazy. That exact feeling is how I felt as a child seeing night and day on Pokemon. I was like, oh my God, There's Pokemon that only come out at night. How do they know? My little brain couldn't fathom that. Those are some good times. I remember when Ruby, Emerald, and Sapphire came out. I didn't play during the release of Ruby and Sapphire. And so one of my cousins came over one day from like Washington. And he was like, oh yeah, I'm playing Pokemon. And like, I was definitely being a little purist. I was being a little jerk. And I was like, Pokemon's whack. But I loved Pokemon. But I was trying to be like, only the first 2 gens are the best. Yada, yada, yada. And so he was like, oh, I never played those. But he didn't like hate on it and everything. He was like, kill me with kindness. This dude was cool. His name's Lalo. And so he was like, yeah, you should play this one. And so I just watched him play all summer Emerald. No, not Emerald, Ruby. And I was like, holy cow, I need this game. And so then one of my aunts came over, and I was just watching him play, and she's like, don't you have that? And I was like, no, I don't have that game. And she took me to Kmart and was like, here, I'm going to buy you this game. And it was Emerald version. And boy, did I lose every piece of self-respect for myself as a child that summer. I didn't bathe or anything. I just played Emerald every single day. And I remember trying to do all the things my cousin was doing because the storyline's a little bit different. And I was like bummed out thinking he had the better version. I'm like, oh, yours is better. I can't do this or that or something. I don't remember what they exactly were. And years later, I find out that I had the better version. And we were over there thinking he had the better version. And it's just funny, to think about, like, as a kid back then. And I think when Emerald came out, YouTube was, like, barely starting to happen. But, like, there wasn't crazy Nuzlocke videos. There wasn't, like, speed runs. Like, there might have been speed runs, actually. I don't want to... But I didn't see any of that. I was still... At that point, I was still a kid. I think it might have been in junior high. Maybe in junior high. All right, let's get a look at this guy. Let's get a look at this guy so to stop yapping, because I will yap all day. He's looking mighty fine there, Dragonite. If I do say so myself, bud. I like the way he's looking. Very crisp, very clean, like a sticker. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to get some... See how this is pink? I'm going to get some purple so that way it looks like he's actually on top of the pink. And do like a little back shadow. And then I'm going to outline it with white. So that way I give you an example. I'm going to show you the last painting that looks like that I did. So this purple and the white, I'm going to do the same thing with the Dragonite. I'll probably add some clouds around him too, just to give him a little bit more depth in his space. But I like this a lot because Mew's got the Ditto Eevee plush. Look at his old derpy face. It's like, you will never know that I am the Temu one. I am Temu Eevee. Yeah, this one's looking good. Let's see, I got a couple more minutes before I gotta get up and go to work. But let's see, what else can we do? Let's find that purple. Let's find that bad boy. Throw some spice on this Dragonite. Make him extra spicy. I mean, who doesn't like a spicy Dragonite? I'm pretty sure it's similar to like spicy Slowpoke Tail, which I hear is fire. If you guys haven't had spicy Slowpoke Tail, then like, I don't know where you guys been living. Clearly not in Johto. Like, what's up, bro? I'm always in Johto. That's my land. Just kidding. If I had to pick which game I would pick up and play right now between Johto and Hoenn, oh man, they're both so good. I don't know why I put myself in that corner to answer everyone like that. I would say, damn. I'd pick them both. I failed you, chat. Man, I need to... Holy Moly Detecting says, man, I need to give you a skateboard. Hook the bottom up with your skills. I'll hang it up. Yeah, bro, let me know. I am always open for commission work. I'm down to do some Pokemon art on there. I'm down to do some graffiti stuff on there. We can do whatever you want, On this channel, you're mainly going to see me painting Pokemon stuff, but I will from time to time drop in some of my other artwork. I have a couple on the channel, but it's going to be mainly Pokemon stuff just because I like the way the Pokemon hype is going right now. And I love Pokemon, and I want to show my appreciation with artwork of Pokemon, for Pokemon, to Pokemon, you know? And yeah, just have fun painting, chopping it up with you guys. And I don't necessarily expect a bunch of people to be on my live just because I'm painting and I'm not like giving stuff away, which I will be giving stuff away. You know, I'm giving away those cards for the 500 sub, the full art Wug Trio, the custom Ekans I made. I'm going to take another look at those real quick. Bam! Look at that. With the shiny Diglett. Yup. The Wug Trio. There we go. Look at that. That's a beautiful full art. I think it looks so tight, just kicking it underwater with all his homies. He's like, yeah, I'm a shiny Wug Trio. What of it? And we're just like, yeah, it's cool, bro. No one's tripping. But yeah, I'm going to be giving out more. I got a special binder full of cards for the channel. So once I start coming on and I get at least double digits watching, we'll start giving out some cards. But again, you know, I'm not really tripping on if we get huge turnouts on the views, but it would be awesome. That would be awesome. I just want to kick it and paint. And which is exactly what we are going to do. We're going to talk about Pokemon. We're going to paint Pokemon. We're going to make fun of Pokemon. And we're going to just appreciate Pokemon like we have been and will continue to. Yo, shout out this Pokemon music I've been playing, right? Like, this stuff is banging. It's so relaxing just to hear, like, orchestrated versions of, like, 8-bit songs. I think this is all Sinnoh. This is all Sinnoh music. So I need to find one of some Hoenn. I like Hoenn a lot because it's got all the trumpets. It's got so many horns. Love it. Love all of that. Man, Dragonite's looking like a beast. This orange is really, this purple is really complimenting him. And thank you everyone for tuning in. Thank you, Holy Moly Detecting. Appreciate you, bro. Thank you, Ryan Tran. Thank you, everyone else coming in. Thank you for everyone that's watching at home after the fact that it's live. I know I'm going live during the day, and a lot of us got work. So I appreciate you guys tuning in because you guys could be doing anything else throughout the day. And you guys chose to kick it with me and nerd out, watch some Pokemon be painted, talk about Pokemon, and just Pokemon. You know. I would love it if I could play, like, other music, but I know how YouTube is with copyrights and artists with their music. I fully understand. I would love to play some other sounds, but you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna find some cool hip hop instrumentals that don't have any rights on them or whatever. But I figured since it's Pokemon, we'll just keep it Pokemon music. We'll keep it a bit classy, y'all. Ain't that for true? And we're just gonna make a bunch of happy little accidents. I am a messy painter, and I make tons of mistakes, like on every piece. Like that right there, look at that. And we got purple on the wing. Like, come on, bro. But it's also acrylic paint, so like I could also just wipe it off a little. And then whatever doesn't get wiped off, it'll just blam, 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 blam. So what are you doing around here, brother? Get up and get on out of here, you heard? And he did. He got up and he got up on out of here, like, really quickly. He didn't put up a fight, and I was like, that's what I thought. And, yeah, that's what he gets. That's what he gets. Let's see, there we go. And then we'll let that get lost in the white. Once I do the white outer shell is what I like to call it. So this part's gonna look a little not cool, but luckily I have a ton of black markers, so I can fix all that up. All of that up is gonna be fixed. What am I saying? All of that up. You got a brother over here saying some random stuff. And if you haven't noticed, the purple isn't very opaque. And if you're not really sure what opaque means, it means like solid. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you for subscribing. That means a lot. That helps me out. That's going to have more Pokemon being painted on the channel. Drop a like if you can. And let me know what Pokemon you want to see painted next time. And I'll be sure to drop that off in the painting channel live. Shout out to Holy Moly Detecting. What a homie. What a homie. Tuning in with us. Watching me paint. Letting me nerd out. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. Because my family is tired of hearing me talk about Pokemon. And paint Pokemon. And play Pokemon. So I'm going to come up on here and tune in with y'all. Wow. And I think that's where we're going to leave it today, chat. Because I got to go get ready for work now. And let's get a good shot of this. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I keep saying wow. But that looks great. Yeah, I'm going to have some update videos on my Instagram. I have that in the chat. Feel free to check it out. Click on the link. And I hope everyone has a good day. Thank you for watching. Hit the like button if you can on your way out. Hit the subscribe button. Hit that little bell at the top so you can get a notification when I'm painting live and you can come in here and say, yo, that looks tight, or not. But appreciate everyone tuning in. Have an amazing day. And see y'all soon, Poke fans. I will see y'all in the next one.